Hey Wofford fans, I'm Phil Marcello, welcoming you to Conquer and Prevail, Tracking the Terriers, presented by Founders Federal Credit Union. On each episode of Conquer and Prevail, we will check in with various members from the Wofford Athletics community to see what they're doing to keep their team ready for action. On this episode of Conquer and Prevail, we talk with Ryan Marter and Elisabeth Ralph. Terrier fans, we now welcome on a senior for the men's golf team, Ryan Marter. Ryan, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Now, I'm curious, how did you get into the sport of golf? Playing at the collegiate level is obviously one thing, but when did you find a passion for it? When were you introduced to the game?
So I was actually introduced by my dad. He was a pretty good golfer back in the day until he had kids, he says. But he actually brought me and my brother out to a local public golf course, I guess to get us out of the house or something. But we would just watch him hit balls, and he would buy us a Wendy's Frosty whenever he chipped in or something. So he kind of got us excited and into the game like that. And I guess eventually we just picked up a club, and I think I started playing competitively around 10. And I guess by middle school, I stopped playing all other sports, and golf was my passion.
That's awesome. Now, you mentioned your brother. Your brother played, Will, I believe. He played at Presbyterian. How much older is he than you, and how was his influence growing up in the sport of golf?
Yeah, he's 3 years older than me, but that was a huge part of why I played, because him and all of his friends played. So we always got some good matches, and I was always the youngest one there. So it's kind of cool growing up with all those older kids playing. But I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't without him.
Now, from what I read, you're kind of from an athletic family. Your cousin, I believe, played basketball at Lynchburg. Were family gatherings pretty low key, or was there usually some kind of game that broke out?
There used to be some games, but there's always some athletic banter now. But yeah, my whole family is athletic. My mom was a swimmer. My dad played soccer. Two of my uncles played college basketball. My cousin played college basketball. Another one played collegiate swimming. So all around, we're just an athletic family.
You kind of have to play at the collegiate level in your family, it seems, in one way or the other. You're from just down the road in Columbia. Did you know about Wofford growing up? Well, like, when were you introduced to Wofford?
I knew about it growing up. I knew it was a very good academic school. I guess it didn't really come into the picture for me coming here until probably a year and a half before I graduated high school. But as soon as I came up here, I mean, I loved the campus, and I knew this is where I wanted to go.
That's awesome. And you're someone, like a lot of your teammates, academics, it's one of the strong suits for you. You know, you make academic honor roll. You're in the GCEA All-American Scholar Award. You're majoring in accounting. Outside of golf, professionally, what interests you?
So I'm planning on getting my CPA license after college. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with that, but I think that'd be a pretty good backup plan to golf. I would love to stay in the sports or golf world, because that's what I've grown up with. But as far as non-golf related, I'm going to try to get my CPA license and see where that can take me.
Awesome. Now we'll shift back towards more on the course. You were really starting to hit your stride last year, 3 top 20s before, COVID and everything hit. What were you doing well? Because, obviously at times golf can be a little up and down, but you were getting real consistent.
Yeah, it was just everything was coming into form. I've always been a pretty good putter and wedge player, and I think I saw it on my coach's podcast with you. Once I start hitting my driver well, the game gets a little easier. But it's really just confidence. The game felt a little easy. I hate to say that because it can feel really difficult sometimes, but I was just rolling. I felt good. It was unfortunate it got ended early because I felt good about our home tournament. I think was coming up in 2 weeks, and I really wanted to try to compete for a win there. But yeah, it was just all confidence, really.
Are there any facets of your game that you wanted to focus on going into your senior season?
Uh, Ball striking, I guess. That's where I struggle. If I do struggle, that's where it is. I feel like I have a pretty strong mental game. I don't let too much get to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, ball striking, like I said, if I have a problem, it's usually in that department.
What right now? What's your daily routine like? I'm sure between going to the course and enjoying that beautiful facility in Jerome Johnson Richardson Hall.
Yeah, so I think we have workouts 3 times in the morning, or 3 times a week in the mornings. Go to class till about 12. Depending on the day or weather, go out to Country Club with Spartanburg or Carolina Country Club, which are both really nice courses for us. And if it's raining, yeah, we have that new golf room, which is awesome. It has 2 simulators, a whole putting green. It's a great place to get better. And it's better than anything we've had here in the past couple of years. And I think last year we had, 2 nets in the cheerleader locker room, and that was our indoor facility. So it's pretty special to have that on campus.
I'm sure we'll get some pictures up on our website, but yeah, it is beautiful to see the simulators. You guys got a putting studio, I believe is the technical term for it. But we're really happy for you all and the women's team as well to be able to have something at your disposal. We'll get some more off the cuff things so the fans can get to know you a little bit better. So do some quick hit questions. What is your favorite TV show?
All times, The Office. I'm currently watching Narcos.
Good answers. Favorite athlete could be golf or any other sport.
It's tough not to say Tiger Woods. We got a couple posters up out in our living room of him.
Golfing memory can be your experience or watching something.
Favorite golfing memory is probably going out to Pebble Beach and sharing that experience with my whole family. Had my dad on the bag, and that's something I'll never forget. I'm sure they'll never forget either.
That's really cool. What about favorite musical artist or genre that you usually go to?
I don't know if I have a favorite. I feel like I'm pretty diverse. I like just about anything.
Is there anything you listen to? Like, what do you do routine before like a tournament? Do you listen to anything, or are you just kind of in the zone?
I don't listen to music anymore. I used to, but I've had a tendency to get a little quick just listening to music. So if I do listen to music, I'll try to listen to something a little slower.
Yeah.
I guess golf isn't something you need to get like just ramped up for.
Right. Fair. All right. Favorite restaurant?
Here or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Public House in Columbia. It's probably the best wings there.
I think I went there pretty recently with a friend of mine that lives in Columbia. It was very good.
It's a cool environment too.
We'll get you out of here on this. If you need a second to think, go for it. Favorite movie?
Wow. I don't know. I really don't watch that many movies, honestly. Favorite movie?
Tin Cup, Happy Gilmore. I'm just thinking of golf ones.
No, I will say Caddyshack's definitely the best golf movie out there.
Okay, we'll end with that. I should have asked you favorite golf movie. That's what I should have asked. Caddyshack is a fantastic movie. Well, Ryan, this has been fantastic. I appreciate you cutting out for 10 or so minutes to talk to us, and look forward to releasing this next week so the fans can get to see it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on.
Relax. With Founders Federal Credit Union, Founders offers the peace of mind you need when it comes to your finances. With Founders Online and the Founders app, you have complete control in the palm of your hand. Check your balances, open new accounts, transfer funds, or apply for a new loan anytime, anywhere. You can even send a secure message to Founders representatives to get the personal service you deserve. Visit relaxjoinfounders.com to see if you qualify for membership. Services require credit evaluation. Terms and conditions apply. Founders Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Terrier fans, we now welcome a junior for the women's lacrosse team, Elisabeth Ralph. Elisabeth, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we were talking just before we were recording. Academically, you're a junior. the 2020 season, as we know, unfortunately got cut short. Only got 6 games in before things were canceled. But how did yourself, the players, the coaches keep things rolling through the summer into what will hopefully be a full 2021 slate?
Yeah, the end of the season was pretty difficult for our team, especially because if you look back at our last 2 games, we lost by 1 goal. We lost our last game in overtime. So that was a tough pill to swallow because our team was pretty fired up for our next game, trying to finally get that win and close the gap that we've been looking to do for the past few years. So we've been using that as motivation for this next upcoming season. We don't have time to waste to prove ourselves. We're ready to go. And last year was a tough year. No seniors on the team. You don't realize how difficult the lack of having senior leadership is until you don't have it. So we were a young team going out there. We felt like we were just so close to being able to prove ourselves, and that opportunity was taken away from us when the season was canceled. So we're really looking forward to this upcoming season. Hopefully it still happens.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you were able to get some games in, but with the season being cut short, over the summer, how did you keep in touch with your team? How was your individual training?
Yeah, our team did Zoom meetings here and there. We tried to do some team competitions and like points for different lacrosse related things to keep us busy during quarantine. Personally, I just kind of stayed working out, followed our workout packet, but also it's the summer. You try to enjoy your time off, especially with lacrosse. The summer is our off season, so that is the time to decompress a little bit. So I think we all definitely took advantage of that, but also trying to look forward to this next year and be ready to come back for the fall to train again.
You've made SoCon academic honor roll both years, and you're a business econ major. Do you have any idea what you want to do post-college professionally?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open-minded to a lot of different options in business, but I'm really interested in getting involved in real estate development or some business operations management type of job. So trying to explore those options, especially junior summer is a big summer to kind of get your feet wet in the working world. So I'm looking forward to pursuing some options there.
And you're a New Jersey native. How can you tell us about your recruitment to Wofford?
Yeah, so being from New Jersey, far away, it's definitely been different coming down here, but that's what I wanted when I was looking at schools. I wanted to go south. I didn't want to be close to home, which is different for a lot of people, but I think college is a great opportunity to explore some different areas and interact with some people who are from different walks of life than you. And I've enjoyed being in the South. One big thing for me too is I was not looking to play lacrosse in January in New Jersey in a plowed field. I don't do the cold very well, so I'm happy to be in the South where it's a little warmer at that time. But I love being far from home. It's the perfect distance for me where it's close enough that my family can come visit anytime and I can get back, but far enough away that I have my own place and I do my own thing. So I'm really happy to be here.
And it's even cold in February when you all start up. You know, you had 6 games
Yeah.
in February and March to start this season. It's still cold, but it's different from being up that way. Now, in high school, you're playing a lot of midfield here. Was that your main position in high school, or did you move around?
Yeah, in high school, I actually started the first 2 years off as a straight defender just because that's where my coach needed someone to play. So I played there. As an underclassman, you just want to be on the field. So I was happy to do whatever it took to help the team. So I did play defense for the first 2 years. And then my junior and senior year of high school, I played strictly midfield, which isn't uncommon for people who play lacrosse in college, usually are midfielders and then kind of get moved around. So I played midfield freshman year of college, but this past year I stuck to a little bit more attack. So I'm a little bit more of a goal scoring type of player. So I've played all over the field, and I'm happy to play whatever position my coach wants me to play. I just want to help the team win. So wherever I have to play, I'm happy to do.
You definitely have a knack for finding the back of the net. In your high school, you have 132 goals in your career, and you had 9 goals in one game. So that's really, really impressive stuff. And when you look at your freshman year, you jumped in, you played all 17 games, and you scored 22 goals, including a couple in your debut against Presbyterian. What was that first collegiate game like for you?
I actually remember that first game. And in college, when I came in, I kind of still was playing midfield, but more of a goal scoring player. And then after that game, I ended up being the SoCon Defensive Player of the Week. So I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm happy to do whatever. But I remember that game, the nerves are obviously high as a freshman in your first game, but my teammates did such a good job of I knew they trusted me and that they had confidence in me. So when I stepped on the field, we were playing our game, and it was exciting to be on the field finally with my college teammates. And I was, again, just happy to do whatever to help the team win. And I remember we pulled out the win in that one. So that was a good memory.
Awesome. And in your sophomore season, you had a 4-goal game and a win over Hartford and 3 goals and a win over Howard. What's it like, obviously when you contribute to a big team win like those?
Yeah, it's always a good feeling to contribute to the win when you're putting the ball in the back of the net. But it's also some days I'm going to have a game where I'm putting the ball in the back of the net and I'm feeling good. And there's going to be days when my teammates are doing the same thing. And I'm happy as long as we're winning the game, that's all I want to do. So anyone who can score in any way I can help facilitate that is my main goal out on the field.
Yeah, and I misspoke. That was actually part of your freshman season. I'm
Yes.
getting all jumbled now. But now that you are an upperclassman, how do you view yourself? I mean, there's seniors on the team. You got some other juniors in your fellow class. But how do you view yourself in a leadership role?
Yeah, well, actually, myself and Kelsey Thompson, Hannah Wurzel, who are both seniors this year, were the 3 captains for the team. We were last year, and now we are this year. And so we obviously are given those leadership roles, but just as junior and senior class, especially for the seniors who were the first ever class to come through Wofford women's lacrosse, there's leadership all across the board, and they're really looking to make their mark. And as a junior, someone who wasn't a part of the first class but still was here since kind of the beginning, I just want to help them have a great year. This is their last year to make their mark, and I want to do it for them. But as a team captain, it's really been an honor and a pleasure to have that confidence given to me by my teammates and my coaches that they feel that I'm ready to step into that leadership role for them. And that just motivates me to work harder, to live up to that, what I know that they have confidence in me to do.
That's huge. Well, congrats on that. Well deserved. What are a couple of your hobbies that keep you busy when you're not playing lacrosse and you're not hitting the books?
Honestly, I'm a super active person. I'm used to just constantly being busy, and mostly I'm really a social person too. So when I'm not playing lacrosse or doing work, I love being with my friends, whether that's just hanging out. I love going when I'm at home. Obviously, I have a little more free time to go and explore and be outside, but I'm always just kind of busy with whatever's happening. So I just love being with my friends all the time. So that's usually what I'm doing.
Awesome. We'll get you. We'll do some quick hit questions, and then we'll kind of wrap the interview up. Who is your favorite athlete?
Gosh, my favorite athlete. Well, lacrosse athlete, and probably say Kayla Trainer.
Okay. Awesome. What about musical artists that you're listening to right now, or your favorite one?
This is a tough question because right now I'm on a big Justin Bieber kick. However, usually I would stick to country music.
Okay. What about your favorite country artist then?
Favorite country artist, probably Kenny Chesney, but I really like all of them.
Fair. What about favorite lacrosse memory?
Well, my favorite probably memory of all time was in high school. We really wanted to beat one of our rival teams. They beat us every single year. And my senior year, we finally beat them in a really close game to win our league championship. So that was a big deal for us. In college, our last game last season, although it was a loss in overtime to American, it was also my birthday. So it was really awful that we lost, but it was a really fun, we had a good game and everyone was all amped up, and it was my birthday and I played well. So it was a good memory.
Awesome. What about favorite TV show?
Right now I'm watching Selling Sunset. So that's my favorite one so far.
Okay, awesome. Well, Elisabeth, thank you for taking some time out of your day. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing yourself and the team get back out in the field in February and March and beyond.
Thank you. Thank you.